Hello student. In first lecture we have to study the definition of motion under the gravity, its characteristics and sign convention, and how to convert or modify the equation of motion of constant acceleration. Okay. Now in second lecture we have to study the four conditions which are depending upon the motion of the particle, whether it's is upward to the origin or below or downward to the origin. First condition is, if the motion of particle is upward, consider S as positive. Here suppose a stone is projected upward, the motion of that stone is from A to B. Here, due to the upward direction of this stone from the origin, that means from this point of projection, the displacement is considered as positive. Displacement is considered as positive. And here G is always be minus 9.81 meter per second square, because the gravitational force is always downward directed downward. Okay, that's why here G is minus 9.81 meter per second square. Second condition is, if the motion of particle is downward, consider S as a negative. Here the motion of this stone is from A to B. In x and y direction we have to consider, if this is a point and a object or a stone is thrown downward, okay, vertical downward, then what is this distance or what is the sign of that displacement? Here is y axis. Okay, here is x and here is y. X here is positive, here is y positive, and that displacement is nothing but negative s. Okay, that is displacement is negative when particle moves vertically downward. Particle moves vertical downward, the displacement is negative. Here also G is negative because the gravitational force is always acted downward side, or he pushed the object in downward direction, whether it's throw upward or downward. Okay. Now third condition is, if the motion is combined upward as well as downward, then select x axis as origin at the point of projection and above the y coordinate of second point, which may be or may not be point of landing. Okay, in this condition stone is moving upward from this origin. This origin consider on x axis. At that point is nothing but the point of projection. It moves from A to C. C is the highest point reached by that stone, and then from C to B. B is nothing but the point of landing. Here, by choosing the x axis as origin, then the y coordinate of the point B is observed that this displacement S is negative. That is, if y coordinate of point B is observed, you have to choose S as negative. Okay, and here also G is negative due to downward direction of gravitational force. Such condition is mostly observed when you on the top of the building, and from that top of the building we have to throw the stone upward in direction, and when stone is reach its maximum height it gets downward up to the height u or origin. Its displacement is 0, and then its displacement is minus or negative to the ground, or this distance from top of the tower to the ground floor or ground of the earth, its distance is nothing but the negative displacement. Okay, now for condition, if the point of projection and point of landing are the same, then the level consider s is equal to 0 or displacement is equal to 0. Here the motion of that particle or stone is from A to highest point B, and then again from B1 to A1. A1 is nothing but the point of landing. Due to this, due to the same level of point of projection and point of landing, the displacement is 0, that is S is equal to 0. Depending on these four conditions, we have to solve the problems under the motion under gravity. Okay, thank you.